SARC. I welcome CM Vijayalakshmi Madam and our chairperson of MBA SARC, Manimegali Madam, to this virtual study circle meeting, Live Your Dream on the topic. Welcome, Madam. And the students who have joined the meeting, welcome for the session. Hope this session will be very helpful and motivational to you for your career and upcoming examinations and our life career too much. Welcome, Madam.
Thank you, sir.
Madam Vijayalakshmi Madam is from Madurai. Actually, she is practicing in Chennai. I have a passion of teaching and more than 9 years after post qualification. Welcome, Madam. Shall I start, Madam?
We can, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Tikasa Chairman and Chairman of MBA SARC for giving me this opportunity today. And thank you for the students who have joined. And the topic we have chosen for today is Live Your Dream. So it would be better here and there if I could get some responses from the students who have joined so that it can be much lively as well, right? Okay. Then would you like to hear a story? Stories in these days will be interesting, right? So I thought, okay, I'll share the appropriate story which I felt it would be appropriate for the topic Live Your Dream. Okay. So have you heard the rabbit in tortoise story, which they taught us in our childhood, right? There will be a race between the tortoise and the rabbit. Can someone remember that story? Yes. Yes. Okay. So what is the moral of the story, or what the story is actually? Okay. So put it simple, I'll tell. What we heard is like there will be a race between the tortoise and the rabbit. And as we know, rabbit has much competent skill in running, right? Whereas tortoise don't have. So when they both had a race, eventually rabbit should win. But what happened? It went fast and it thought, okay, it is just a tortoise, right? So it will come slow, let me take a rest. So it took a small nap. By the time it woke up, like an alarm snooze, snooze, snooze mode, snooze mode. So we'll get up very late, right? So likewise, the rabbit woke up late by the time tortoise went and it won the race, right? So this is the story which we have heard right from our childhood. So what is the moral of the story? So I remember when I was in kindergarten, my teacher would have taught the story and she said like, slow and steady wins the race. Correct? So if we are slow and steady, can we win the race in the recent world or in the current situation is the first question. Okay, so let this question run on our mind. For example, like I still there are people who say, right, CA is a very difficult examination. You can't get a proper coaching. Let's ask God to come and write the examination and all they tell, right? So let me think. Let me be slow. Let me study one by one by one by one. Even if I take a number of attempts, I don't bother. But one day I will win the race. Will it suit? By the time the syllabus will change, new acts will come, new laws will come, new competencies will be required, right? So let this part of the story be there, and the story does not end here, okay? So I put a comma and I'll continue with the story, okay? Now, the next part of the story is like, again, the rabbit who won the, who was supposed to win the race, but it failed, right? So it thought for the whole night. I prepared well. I have the competency to run, but why did I fail the race? Then it thought, okay, that could be a part of overconfidence, right? So it thought for the whole night. It felt very bad. Soon after the results, no, if there is a success in the results, we never bother. But if there is a failure in the results, when CA exam results are out, we'll think, right? I could have done much better. This was easier, that was easier. But something the next day, no, we'll try to get up early in the morning and start working for the next examination. But do we actually do? 90% of us fail, right? So likewise, the rabbit also thought for the whole night. And next day morning, it called the tortoise and it said, "Shall we have a race today?" Tortoise also agreed. Okay, so we shall have the race today. So what will be there in the rabbit's mind? Today I should not take a nap. I should run, 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 run until I achieve my goal. I should run. I should keep running. Only then I should sleep because I know I can run faster than tortoise. Okay, the race started. Tortoise and rabbit, they both began the race. And as usual, rabbit never take any nap. It did not take any rest. It was fastest to the extent, and it reached its goal post. So rabbit is the winner, right? So what we understood from this part of the story, fast and competence is essential in today's world. Slow and steady can help us, but it is essential to be fast and competent to give a better performance. We don't say that slow and steady is bad, it is good. But what we're trying to say is fast and competence is also required, and it is much better than the slow and steady to win the goal. Okay. Now, will tortoise be happy? First time it won the race, right? Second time it lost the race, right? Now tortoise says, I want to take up in the race. It thought for the whole night. And next day morning, this is the third race, right? First race, tortoise won, and we saw the moral is slow and steady. Second race, rabbit won, and we saw the moral is fast and competence is better. Now, to our surprise, a tortoise calls for the third race. Okay. Will tortoise win? Is there any chance for a tortoise to win? If I go and say to someone that I want to do my MBBS right now, how it will sound? Or I want to I want to become a pilot. A very rarest of possibility, right? Rare, okay. But rather, if I go and tell them like, I want to specialize in auditing, I want to specialize in taxation, or I want to do some post-graduation course related to CA, that sounds much better, right? So likewise, now for the third race, see the tortoise guts. It went and called the rabbit for the third race. Okay. But with a condition. So what the condition is, now the route will be decided by the tortoise. There will be a little change in the route. Okay. So what will run on the rabbit's mind? Hey, this is a tortoise. Yeah. The first time, because of my mistake, even though I have the entire skill, because of my mistake, I just lost. But in the second race, I kept on running and I proved myself. So why should I worry? What is essential to worry? For sure, this time also I will win. What is there if there's a change in the route? Anyway, tortoise can't run, no, as like me. So it also readily agreed. The rabbit agreed for the third race called by the tortoise. Okay, the race started. What will happen? Tortoise will move slowly, 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 right? Before tortoise could reach 1 mile, rabbit went on for 50 miles. Okay, but it stopped there. But goal post is on 60th mile, okay? But rabbit stopped on the 50th mile. And it was waiting there. It don't run for the next 10 miles. By the time it could run the next 10 miles, no, tortoise reached the goal post. Okay. What prevented rabbit from reaching the goalpost? Any idea? So eventually, rabbit runs faster, right? So it should have gone fast, and it also went fast. It went up to 50 miles. For example, we'll have 60 miles. It went up to 50 miles, but the tortoise is the winner. It did not go for the next 10 miles. Yes, Karthik, you are right. Okay. There was a lake or a pond or some water body we can have in between 50th mile and 60th mile. Okay. So the next 10 miles is the water. After crossing that water only, we can reach the goal post. Can rabbit dive and jump inside the water and go? It cannot, right? It will die. So it is easy for tortoise. Though it is slow, it jumps. It can live on land as well as in water, as we know. So it slowly moved on the land. It fastly swim on the water, and it reached the goal post. Now, what is the moral of the third story? Will slow and study win the race, or fast and competence will win the race? What could be the moral for the third story? Thing is like each of us have a different strength and a weakness, right? So for a rabbit, it is a strength to run on the land faster. What is the strength of the tortoise? It can run on land as well as it can swim on water. So this is each of us has a different strength as well as the weakness. Okay, so what we need to do, we should work much on our strength and we should get specialization in our strength. How about the weakness? Let me say I don't like mathematics and keep quiet. Impossible, right? Either I like mathematics or I don't like mathematics anyway in CA Foundation exam. I should get myself up here for the mathematics paper. Can I say I don't like English? It is an alien language. I don't want to read. Ultimately, we don't have the option to write the exam papers in Tamil. It is there in Hindi and only in English. Right? So somehow we should learn English. Somehow we should know mathematics, at least to the extent of passing. When I work on my strength, it will help me to get my aggregate better. Right? So each one of us will have our own strength and our own weakness. So what we need to do is we should work on our strength and we should improve our strength. And we should not say this is my weakness. Okay. So we should still work on our weakness and try to manage it in a better way. We can't completely avoid in this recent world situation. Chartered accountants work in the night shift. Doctors work in the night shift. Can I go and tell a company that I can't work in a night shift? They'll check me out. If I want to practice, can I say every day we are getting due dates in recent times, right? So every day I can't stretch in my own office and do the work. Can I say I can't shine well, right? So it is essential to identify the strength and weakness, improve much on our strength, and at least have some competency to manage the weakness. Okay. So far we have seen three stories. By the time we all know the rabbit and the tortoise have become the best friends, right? Now they gear themselves for the fourth race. Okay. Both of them won the fourth race. Okay. So how they both won the fourth race is a question now. So on the land, rabbit took tortoise on its back and it went faster. For the second half portion, tortoise took rabbit on its back and it started to swim. So they both were faster and they reached the goalpost. So what is the moral of this last part of the story? We are fighting only against the situation and not against any individual human beings or any problem. We should see every problem as some opportunity to grow, right? For example, in the current examination, I failed, or I'm going to appear for the first time in the examination. What can I do? I can go for a mock test. I can go for a rapid revision classes. I can understand where I stand, where other people stand. I can improve on it. Then I can go and face my main situation. It is not that my friend cleared the examination, my neighbor cleared the examination. No, it is not that all the article assistant in my office failed. Yeah, what bothers me? Why should we compare ourselves with others? We are unique to ourselves. We are all of us fight against a different situation and not in the same situation. So situation is something different for me and something different for you. But all of us need to face the situation. This is something like if I want to drive, I want the road to be empty. Is it possible? No, right? Each of us have a different driving skill, but the road is unique. One side the lorry may come, one side the signal may go, one side you may be right, the other person may come and dash you. We should only be prepared, right? Even if I go and dash at the other vehicle or the other vehicle comes and dash at mine, anyway I'm going to get hurt. Can I say that I was right? But it hurts me a lot, right? So we are fighting only against the situations and not against any rivals or the human beings. So please don't compare yourself with others. Each of us is unique. But mainly when it comes to CA examination, you are unique. You are on a different platform. You are preparing for your examination. Please don't bother about your friends or your neighbors or your colleagues' results. Okay. So the moral of the last part of the story is we all of us fight against a situation. Okay. So in order to handle the situation better, we need help. We need a guidance which we can take, but we should not compare ourselves with other people. Okay. So I can even say the attitude matters. If any one of your friend has cleared, we can very well ask them what made them to clear. If they have scored exemption in any subject, we can ask them what made you to score exemption in the subject, how you prepared. So that sounds better rather than saying that he also failed, I also failed. She also failed, I also failed. That is bad, right? So each of us is unique and we should regret comparison and we should try to move forward by ourselves, right? So this is the first part of the story and these are all the intakes from this story. Does any of you have anything to say? Okay. So how can we connect this story with our topic for the day? Live your dream, right? So what was the dream for rabbit as well as tortoise? Is to win. It is to reach the goal post, right? So to reach the goal post is their dream, for which they had different situations, different races, and by the time at the end of the day, they all reached it together, right? Okay. So I would like to share another story with you people. Okay, so because I basically believe in stories, and I'm a YouTuber as well, where I post so many stories for people to get their stress relieved, and mainly I focus there on kids. Okay, basically I believe in stories, and when I read also I believe more in examples rather than reading the theory. If some book has an example with it, I love choosing it. Okay, so I thought, okay, I could share another story with you. That is a land of frogs. Okay, frogs. 100 to 200 frogs live in that particular village. In that village, they had a competition. Okay, some annual competition as we celebrate Christmas, Diwali, Pongal, Ramzan, everything. Okay, so they had a competition. They had a function, and in that function, they host for a competition. Okay, it is something like தூரி அடிக்கிறதுன்னு சொல்லுவாங்கல்ல பொங்கல்ல. It is something like to that, right? There was a tall post, so we can have to the extent of like a 100 feet tall post. Okay, it was fully greased with oil. Okay, it was fully, completely greased with oil. So if we catch on the post and the competition is to climb to the top of the post, will it be easy? First of all, taking the 100 feet post itself is difficult. And with all that glossy oil substances and climbing with those oils on it, uh, basically the frogs used to jump and only go, they'll not climb. So when they jump, it will be much difficult for them as well, right? So, okay, there were 200 frogs, right? So out of 200 frogs, we will leave out the kids, old age people and all, we will leave it out. Okay. So we will have like 100 young gems like you came for the competition. Okay. Competition starts. Everybody started to climb. Okay. So up to 10 feet, chalo, everybody went on. All the 100, they went up. When it comes to 20, they were close to 90 people. When it comes to 30, it was 80. So likewise, it was getting lower. So then they go up and up and up. The people, number of people climbing to the top get reduced. Okay. So only 5 frogs at the end of the day, 5 frogs have reached 70 feet. Okay. From 70 feet, if a frog falls down, what will happen? Probably it could die, right? It is a frog. 80 feet height. When it jumps down, it could fall. It will even die. Okay. So now, see, when we started, the population who wanted to go up was high. At the 80th feet, the population down is high. Okay. So all these people, will they cheer up? Will they say, go, do, you can achieve, you can, hurry up, you can do, we will support you. Will they come and cheer us? Or will they say, hey, see these 5 frogs, they are really stupid idiot. Yeah, they went up to 80 feet. What happens if they jump from there? They may die. Their leg may go, their hand may go, their backbone may go. Then how will they survive in the rest of the life? So which kind of people we have more less of first category people and more of second category people, right? So these 5 frogs at the 80th feet, when they tried to climb 20 more feet to reach the top, what happened? The people down in the crowd, they started shouting, come down, don't go up, it'll hurt you. There is no use in going up. What are you going to achieve? Okay, you see, you're going to fall down. When someone shouts from down, automatically one people from up will fall down. Right? Because we are more on listening to what others say than what we hear from our inner part of the body. What I know, what I want, what I feel, what I want to do, what is my dream, what I want to achieve, how can I achieve? Okay, we don't focus much on our inner part, but rather we will hear to the people. They say engineering is good, yeah, do computer engineering, we will go. CCC, chartered accountants earn more, go and do chartered accountancy, we will go. They will not tell us what is there, everything has its own, coin has its 2 sides, right? So this will suit you, this will not suit you, this is better, that is better, this has these pros and cons, people will not say, right? So eventually, between 80 to 90, because of the frogs in the down, no, it waved its hands like this and it said, come down, don't go up, it is more oily, you will fall down, this, that, all negative sorts of energy were posted. And 3 frogs, they fall down. Okay. So only 2 frogs were at 90. One frog at 90th feet, it saw the frog which fall down from 80th feet, it got badly hurt. On seeing that, it also lost its balance, it also fell down. There was only one frog at the end of the day, which claimed the top. and it came down also. Okay, so achieving is difficult, right? So once we achieve, people will come and say, see, for example, I'm appearing in my CA final examination. Okay, I'm getting an all India rank. What people will say is, she belongs to this place. Yeah, she went to this coaching center. She studied by herself. She wrote these many model exams. Even well, sleeping at night. No, she heard all the video classes. She never slept. Okay, people will tell everything about me, which I have done or which I have not done, which at times I may not have even thought about it. Okay, so when success comes, people will run and come and they'll say. Likewise, after the success of this particular frog, what happened is two reporters, okay, they are also frog reporters because we are at the village of frog, right? So they went there and they asked, hey, it's good, yeah, you won. How did you win this? And this frog said, they said, this is a competition. I want to go up. And together with me, there were another 99 frogs. All of us started jumping. And we jumped, and finally I could reach the end point. Okay. And these two reporters, they asked, like, how you reached? Was it not scary to you? Because when you started, there were 100. When you reached the half, there were only 40% of the people. When you reached three-fourth, hardly 10 people were there. And when you were closer to your success, only two was there. And one among you fall down from there, and that was badly hurt. You know, it is hospitalized right now. We don't know when it will get discharged. So you were not scary. This frog said, people, no, like I thought I can do it, and people all were encouraging me. So with their encouragement, I went up. This two reporter frogs was completely confused, and they asked again, "What made you to go up?" I said, "People in the down, they encouraged me." So I went up. They all cheered me up. They said, "Come on, come on, come on." They waved their hands and all like this. So I thought I'm performing well. I'm on the right track. So it motivated me to go up. Then these two reporter frogs, they said, "Do you think really they encouraged you?" They actually said, "Don't go. Come down. It is life risky. Don't go," they said. Then this frog, which won the competition, no, it realized, oh, then it said, I forgot my hearing aid at home. I'm actually deaf. I forgot my hearing aid on that particular day at home. So without my hearing aid, I started to climb. When I went up, I could not hear what people said. I could only see their waving hands. So I thought they are cheering me up. Okay. So what is the moral of the story? The story ends here, right? So what is the moral of the story? Better listen to yourself and not much to others. People outside world, they may help you, they may cheer you, they may guide you. But out of 10 people, if one guides you, 9 may not. Even if they don't guide you, no harm. If they do their own job, if they mind their own business. But they will not do that, right? Out of 10 people, 9 people's job is to mind others' business. Okay. So please don't listen to that kind of people. Listen only to the people who help you, who guide you, who you really have an interest on you, and follow your inner peace. And whatever they say, as like this frog, take it for your encouragement. Okay. So think they are cheering you up. It is not always good to have only nice, glossy, smart people around us, right? I still remember I did my P1, okay, so it was completely at Madurai. I did my articleship completely at Madurai. I did my intermediate at Madurai. There was no vibrant Sikasa or vibrant MPSARC like this for students. Okay. So if we ask something, they'll say go and ask SARC of Chennai. And SARC of Chennai was also not this vibrant at that time. Hardly one or two private coaching centers, that too only at Chennai or at Coimbatore. So we should struggle by ourselves. So then think of my predecessors, okay, how much they would have struggled. But it is easy for people at this scenario, and it will be much easier for your successes as well, right? So when we take up things like that, people may say after intermediate level, you can't do anything. But we can. If we really want to do something, if we have our dream visualized, if we want to achieve our dream, believe me, you will get some way or the other. You may not know who will help you out, but some hands will be there to help you out if you are clear enough in your goal. If you have your dream clear, if you want to live with your dream, if you have your dream clear, if you want to be the part and parcel of your dream, for sure, somebody will help you out. This has happened. This has happened in our everybody's life. This has happened. If I want to learn, someone will help us. But first, I should have the intuition of learning, right? If I have a dream, surely I can achieve it. First of all, for that, I should have a dream, right? So, what is a dream? So, APJ sir has said more about a dream, right? So, he says that while sleeping, what you get is not a dream, which makes not you sleep is a dream. If tomorrow is my examination, if I get a nice sleep today, it is because of two reasons. One, I have learned nothing for my examination. I know the result before I go for the exam. Second one is I have prepared enough. I'm confident enough to take up my examination, right? So first of all, we should have a dream, and the dream can be anything, which is our own. And at times, in the real life situation, I feel like we don't persevere the dream which we had in our childhood. For example, more people say that, like my relatives, my mom, everybody, they say that when up to my 10 years or like until I complete my 7th class or 8th class, when they ask me what is your dream, I was clear it seems like they say like I want to become a doctor. And my mom used to say that I'll do her a surgery. It seems. I have promised her that wait, ma, I will study, I'll become a doctor, and I'll give you a surgery on my own. Okay, so I don't know, but mm, like when I came to know there is a course called chartered accountant when I was in 12th standard. When I was in class 12 only, I know. Okay, and after getting into it, I started liking it. So most of us like, but I have never seen my son playing like a doctor or an engineer, but he will imitate what all I do. So I don't know at what age we actually get a real dream, what we want to do. But if we sit and think through, if we try to spend time on ourselves a couple of days or a couple of hours, if we sit and realize what I really want, we can for sure visualize a dream. When we have a clear dream, we will always have a road to achieve it. And for sure, any road without an obstacle is not good. We should have an obstacle. We should have a bottleneck. Only then we can achieve, right? If the road is plain enough, then if there is no one in the road, what is the use of me driving a car and saying that I drive a car? There's no point, right? So there will be an obstacle, there will be a bottleneck as well. We should try to get out of it, or even getting out of it is not easier. You need to handle it better. That is the right way to say. As like we saw in the rabbit and tortoise story, right? We should handle the situation better. We should be able to manage the situation better because all of us are fighting against one or the other situation, which is only permanent, which gets changed. Okay, so a problem to me is not a problem to other person. So we should think on what we need to do. We should realize on that, and we can get into it. So first, we should have a dream, even if when I'm also taking classes here at Chennai for CS students, right? And I have completed 5 years in that. Basically, I deal more with foundation students, so who are raw from their 12th standard, right? Right from the school, without going to a college, they entered into a professional education. When I ask them, why did you choose CA? This is the question which I ask them. Every student I'll ask this question. Even till today, I don't get the answer from many students. I want to do, so I have taken. No. Each batch, I see 45 plus students. Out of 45 plus students, only 10 or 12 students say, I wanted to do, madam, so I took. Okay. So what, how about rest of 30? They say my parents asked me to do. This will be the majority answer. And out of that 30, I can say like 20 people, my parents asked me to do, madam, nothing wrong. So they asked me to do, I am also started doing. Once I started doing, I also started to enjoy it. The balance 10 students, no, they'll curse your parents. They'll say, my dad asked me to join here. My dad asked me to do this course. My mom asked me to do this course, but I don't like this. I want to do my MBA. I want to go to this B school. I want to go to that. Because when I ask students why this is not a good course, they say this is difficult, madam. More than this, MBA is better. I want to go to a B school. Okay. If that is their dream, we will ask him, better speak with your parents. Why should we carry on with the thing which we don't like? Okay. For example, I don't like to go to office. If that is my thing, then how will I get earned? So if I like earnings, but I don't like my job. This does not correlate, right? Since I want earning, at least I should develop some sort of liking into the job which I do. Else, I should quit the job and I should go to the next job. This is the principle which I actually follow. Okay, and I feel this is also better. So, first of all, we should have a dream. We should have a path to achieve the dream. So that is what I try to coin, like live with your dream. If we want to live with our dream, it is very well possible, but the dream should be clear. It should be one, and we have certain steps to follow. Any dream can be achieved if we have two things in our life. Okay, any dream can be achieved if we have two things in our life. One is called as confidence, and another one is called as attitude. Okay, one is called as confidence, and another one is called as attitude. For an attitude, I'll tell you the real life example of my colleague. Okay, so both of us are cleared. We were friends and we met, and we were into CA campus placements and all. And wherever we go and we search jobs, we both apply together. We find a job. But at one company in Chennai, they called her for an interview. And it is basically a company run by a chartered accountant. But their team of approach is different. What they actually do there is they do accounting for Arab countries. They have the clients at Arab countries, and they do bookkeeping, accounting, account finalization for those companies. Nowadays, we have things like Zogo Books, etc., for doing this in India, right? So this is a small private company which is running only into accounts. And they said, we want a chartered accountant. A fresher is also okay. We will give you the campus placement pay and all. So she applied, she went there. First round of interview, they have given her a big question paper. Okay, and this happened a long back. So if I remember correct, I think there were 25 questions on it. Out of those 25 questions, 15 questions was completely a journal entry. Journal entry of a little complex nature, and the questions with respect to depreciations, where will you adjust and which things you will adjust. So no accounting standards based questions. Okay, a simple journal entry together with the BIS, these kind of stuffs were there, and she went on into the first round of interview. The second round of interview is with another chartered accountant. So he has called, and she also went inside. And that was not that big firm, okay, but there were close like 10 people, I think, over there, and it was headed by 2 to 3 chartered accountants. And one chartered accountant has given a big scenario. I don't know. I don't remember that scenario, but if I remember right, it was a scenario which has a journal entry for finalization of accounting entries with respect to salaries at the year end. Okay, and they said like what you will do with this PF, ESI, because of people who go and attend interview, they do not know the accounting standards, like how ESI, PF and all works in that particular country. So they have modified it to a little extent of Indian scenario, and they have asked to post a journal entry. And when normally they keep an interview, they'll give a question paper and they will go. Here, this person was also sitting, it seems like. So he was on the other end and she was on the other end, and he has given a paper, he has narrated a question and has asked to write a journal entry. That's all. A fresher, no, that and full of tension as well. And she did not perform, I think. She came out, and when we were like we used to share with our friends, right? What they asked in that interview, what they asked in this interview, in this company, what they will ask, in that company, what they will ask, right? So she said, I felt very sad. Being a chartered accountant, I don't know to post even a journal entry. I felt really very bad. Then I started consoling her. That's okay, leave. You could be in a nervousness because the person was also there next to you. That's okay. It does not mean that you don't know accounts. Probably you will get a better job. But this is only a small company, right? But to my surprise, she said, they are ready to offer me a job. Completely gone in the second round of interview. Okay. She herself says what all she wrote is completely wrong. And she said, like, they said at that time it was a package of 8.5 lakhs in campus placement. And she said, like, 7.5 lakhs per annum, they are ready to offer me. I was completely surprised. I was totally surprised. I asked her, how come? They said, I like your attitude. Only for your attitude, I'm ready to give you a job, but with a condition. What is the condition? I asked. You should sit I think the office has 3 or 5 levels. Okay, so you should start from the entry level, and I know you can come to the top level of finalization within 6 months or a year. So I want you to learn from the first level. You can learn fast, so you can learn it from the first level. Wherever you go wrong, you can learn, and with you can utilize this complete 1 year to master yourself. We are ready to offer you the job only because of the attitude. Then I asked her, what attitude did you show to them? And she said, like, I don't know the journal entry. I don't know how to do it, but I'm ready to learn. This is the word she said, at least. I'm completely gone. I don't know. I know what all I have written. It's wrong as well, but I'm ready to learn. I accept my mistake. I went wrong somewhere. I'm ready to learn. So that is the attitude which offered a job, even in the skill set which we don't have. Even if you don't have the skill set, no problem. If you are ready to learn, it's the attitude. If ready to learn is the attitude, the skill set will follow you once you started to learn. So she had a opportunity there, but she did not take it up there. But anyway, being a chartered accountant, she felt very bad, and the present situation is that motivated her to do so many courses in IFRS, and she has mastered, I should say, in accounting entries and in accounting standards today. So skill set is something, okay, and basically when people or parents from outside, when they ask me like my kid has not done mathematics in 11th and 12th, rather they did computer science and economics or economics, okay, so can they join PA course? I used to say I am the biggest example for that. I never learned any maths, but I also had a maths paper in the entry level examination. So if you have an attitude to learn, it is enough to score 40 in that paper. I can score much in other papers, right? So that's what I would like to relate it with the story. The first story, we all of us have our own strength and weakness. Mathematics is my weakness. Okay. So, but I can improve on it and I can score 40. It is more than enough. I can excel in accounts, I can excel in law, I can excel in economics, I can excel in business communications. All of us are not good in everything. So first we should understand that, and we should realize that we should take each subject individually, and we should check what is our strength, what is our weakness in this particular subject. Do you know, in intermediate level, we have one paper called as economics and information technology, EIS, coupled together, right? When I ask people who clear both the groups, one guy, he come on my face and he say, "Ma'am, I never learned EIS. I learned only economics. I scored 45 in that paper and I cleared both the groups in single attempt." Then I used to request him, please don't pass on this to your juniors. I beg you. They will also try to do what you have done. It may not be suitable for them. Because this guy, he don't like EAS. Information technology, according to him, is a boring subject. But somehow the strategic management paper, he should clear, right? So he learned only the strategic management theory portions. Okay, so he managed out of 50, he was able to get 45 in that paper. What happens if it is 39? So it is important to analyze what is our strength, what is our weakness. We should have a confidence and we should have a positive attitude. Recently, I saw a 83 movie. I don't know how many of you saw that. If you have time, I humbly request you to watch. Okay, it runs only for 2.5 hours. We will not do much great job in 2.5 hours. Tomorrow is a Sunday, so if you wish to see that movie, you can, and it is placed in Hotstar OTT, I think. Okay. And one thing which inspired me in the total movie, the last match between India and West Indies, the 1983 World Cup, right? 183 runs. Okay. In the break, that everybody, Indian team was taking rest on the room, and the commentators were speaking, West Indies, they do better batting, they do this, they excel that. Okay. So what the captain said to the Indian team captain said to the crew is, don't listen to them. Let them say the opponent team batted well. They did a good fielding. They did everything good. They are the good team in the entire world. Let them say everything. But the catch is here in this line. Okay. He said, no one should say they tried better. It should be the we Indian team should try better. No one should excel in trying. We should excel in trying. Okay. So only if we try, we know where we stand. When we take the main exam as the mock exam, it is difficult to clear. Okay. So when I met Manimeghale madam last week at Madurai, I came to know that she said, we keep mock exams, but only 42 papers she sent for correction sessions out of all levels. So I humbly request you, and I want you to pass on to your friends as well. This is done by CASA and MBSIRC for the betterment of the students. Even ICAI hosts 2 model examination papers. Okay. For example, if you are about to take up our exams in the month of May, they will put one model exam paper on March and one model exam paper on April. And they will also give the relevant correct answers as well. So only if we take up the examination, we will know where we stand. Only then we can improve on and we can do better in the main examination. So we should know where we stand. So when we try to take up a mock examination, it will give us a little sense of confidence, right? Okay, out of 5 chapters, I studied only 3 chapters for the mock examination. Out of these 3 chapters, what are all the questions came, I was able to answer. So for the questions which I answered, have I scored full marks or not? If I have not scored full marks, what made me to get a reduced mark? What is there in the answer key? Should I improve on my writing, or should I improve on my learning, or should I improve on my understanding? Okay, so you know, for writing mock exams, I used to come to Chennai. Begging my parents, getting them all permissions, we used to come here and we should take up. And no one will value the papers and give back what's very. We just write, but I have never received any of my mock papers back. But today's scenario is entirely different. You have the question paper, you have the answers, you have a people to value it and give it back to you with comments, right? So please, I humbly request you to utilize the services provided by the branch to excel better. Okay. To summarize what we saw in Live Your Dream is like confidence and attitude are the important aspects of life. It helps you to live with your goal. So have a goal, have a positive attitude, you can achieve it better. Do you have anything to ask for or anything to say?
Students, do you have any questions? You can ask. Thank you, madam. Thank you for your excellent motivation session, madam. The stories which you have told is my one of the favorite story, the tortoise and rabbit story. We have to analyze first of thing, the slow and steady wins the race. But in our current scenario, slow and steady can be win the race, but it's not efficient. The second variation of the story, so speed and consistency only get to the goal. As a rabbit, we have to maintain our speed and the consistency. It will be move us to our success consistently. So third story you have tell now, we have to analyze our track where we are going. We have to analyze self-consistency. What's our strength and weaknesses we have to self-analyze this. So students, we also have to, in the CA exams, we have to analyze what are the topics are there in which we are so much strong and what's our weaknesses. Every meeting, as I told students, we have to group discussions with them, what kind of strategy your friends are taking and what is you have taking. This will be more helpful to you to clear the exams and help other students also to pursue the exams and clear the exams. Thank you, madam. Thank you for the exceptional session here.
Thank you.
Thank you, madam. Thank you all the students for being participated in the meeting. Students, அவங்களோட கேக்குறது அதுதான், நீங்க வந்து கொஞ்சம் இன்டராக்டிவா இருங்க, செஷன்ல நிறைய இன்டராக்டிவா இருங்க. ஜஸ்ட் பார்ட்டிசிபேஷன் மட்டும் நமக்கு இங்க பத்தாது. ஆக்சுவலி இந்த மீட்டிங் நடக்கிறது எல்லாமே உங்களுக்காக தான் மீட்டிங் பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கோம். மீட்டிங்ல இன்டராக்டிவா இருங்க. மீட்டிங் வந்து உங்க ஃப்ரெண்ட்ஸ் எல்லாத்துக்குமே சர்க்குலேட் பண்ணுங்க. நம்ம ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ் வந்து பாத்தீங்கன்னா இப்ப மாதிரி ஒரு நியர்லி 750 ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ் இருக்கணும். பட் இன்டராக்ஷன்ஸ் பாத்தீங்கன்னா வெரி ரொம்ப கம்மியா இருக்கணும். பட் இப்ப வாட்ஸ்அப் குரூப் இருக்கு, வாட்ஸ்அப் குரூப்ல இன்டராக்ஷன்ஸ் நியர்லி 0 தான் சொல்லணும். டெலிகிராம் குரூப் நான் அதுதான் ஜாயின் பண்ணோம். ஸோ டெலிகிராம் குரூப்லயுமே வந்துட்டு ஸ்டூடெண்ட் இன்டராக்ஷன் ரொம்ப ரொம்ப கம்மியா இருக்கு. ஸோ நெக்ஸ்ட் வீக்ல என்னென்ன மாதிரி மீட்டிங்ஸ் வேணுங்கிறத நீங்களே கம்பெக்ட் பண்ணி எனக்கு இந்த டாபிக்ல வேணும்னு சொன்னீங்க அப்படின்னா சிகாசா மாதிரி பிரான்ச்ல இருந்து நம்ம அதை ஆர்கனைஸ் பண்ணி கொடுக்கலாம். ஓகேவா? ஸோ ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ் வந்து நீங்க ஓப்பன் அப் பண்ணுங்க. மேடம் சொன்ன மாதிரி லாங் பேக்ல வந்துட்டு பிரான்ச்ல இருந்து நமக்கு அந்த அளவுக்கு எதுவுமே பண்ணிருக்க மாட்டாங்க. மாக் டெஸ்ட் பண்றதுன்னா அவ்வளவு கஷ்டமா இருந்தது. எக்ஸாம்க்கு நம்ம மெட்டீரியல் எடுக்கிறது அவ்வளவு கஷ்டமா இருந்தது. இப்போ அந்த டிஃபிகல்டிஸ் எதுவுமே இல்லை. ஸோ பிரான்ச் இஸ் ஓப்பன் அப் ஃபார் யூ. ஸோ நீங்க கம்பெக்ட் பண்ணுங்க, உங்க ஃப்ரெண்ட்ஸ் எல்லாத்தையும் இன்வைட் பண்ணுங்க. என்ன மாதிரி உங்களுக்கு வேணுங்கிறத நீங்க பிரான்ச்சுக்கு சொன்னீங்க அப்படின்னா we are ready to arrange for that. ஓகேவா? ஸோ குரூப்ல எஃபெக்டிவா பார்ட்டிசிபேட் பண்ணுங்க. டெலிகிராம்ல உங்களுக்கு ஐடியாஸ் என்னங்கிறத எனக்கு ஷேர் பண்ணுங்க. ஐ வில் எஸ்கலேட் டு அவர் சேர்பர்சன் மணிமேகலை மேடம். ஸோ என்ன பெஸ்ட் பாசிபிள் நம்ம என்ன பண்ணலாங்கிறது நம்ம அரேஞ்ச் பண்ணிக்கலாம். தேங்க்யூ மேடம். ஒன்ஸ் அப்பான் தேங்க்யூ மேடம்.